Hello travelers, welcome to Lorespire. In a recent live stream, we had a viewer ask us to make a build video for the Grenadier Mercenary we are using in our current Last Azlanti mode core difficulty playthrough. So that's what this video is for. Here you go, Lewis. Anyways, we're going to start out here at character creation. Okay, and of course we're going to put 20 levels into Grenadier. Alright, I do suggest using Kitsune and the Keen Kitsune heritage. Then for background, Street Urchin Pickpocket is probably the best choice here. Okay, if you wanted to have your alchemist also make your lore checks, then healer would be fine. I do not suggest Alkenstar Alchemist, as I believe that +1 damage is just kind of garbage. But anyways, ultimately you could choose whatever you want here without it making too much of a difference. For ability scores, I suggest dumping Strength and Charisma, and this will allow you to get Dexterity to 18, Constitution to 14, Int to 19, and Wisdom to 10. And then as you level, of course, you'll put all 5 of your ability points into Intelligence. For skill points, take whatever your party needs. This really does not matter that much. Or rather, I should say, it doesn't matter if you follow what I'm showing you here, because you just need what your party needs. But if you're not sure, these 5 that I have selected here are really good choices. And yeah, I will suggest those. Anyways, for feats, take Point Blank Shot. For spells, to me, these are the 7 best spells that you can get as an alchemist at level 1. Go ahead and take these. Shield, especially once you get your infusion, is hugely helpful. Okay, take whatever deity you want. And I do suggest a good alignment, any good alignment, just because you can use Bestow Grace if you are good aligned, and that definitely helps in some fights where you need higher saving throws, but that again is up to you. Now let's go ahead and look at our level 20 character sheet. Alright, we're just going to go through the feats real quick. Point Blank Shot, Precise Shot, Extra Bombs, Ability Focus Bombs, Rapid Shot, Extra Bombs, all the rest are Extra Bombs. Now, if you wanted to show up your low will score, because will is kind of a low saving throw, for an alchemist, then I do suggest maybe trading out 1 or 2 of these Extra Bombs for Iron Will or Improved Iron Will. Or, if you have quite a few characters in your party that are ranged or casters, that your alchemist is likely to be around, then the Shake It Off teamwork feat with all of them can be a good choice in place of one of these Extra Bombs. Okay. I do want to point out right now while I'm thinking about it that this build is for core difficulty or below. We're using it or something extremely similar to it in our playthrough right now on core difficulty, and we're midway through Act 4, and this build has just been killing it for us. Okay, so anyways, continuing on to the discoveries, you're going to take Infusion, Cognotogen, Explosive Bombs, Fast Bombs, Holy Bombs, Greater Cognotogen, Dispelling Bombs, Grand Cognotogen, Cursed Bomb, and then Preserve Organs and Mummification. Okay, now you could swap some of these up if you wanted to. You could take Dispelling Bombs and Explosive Bombs and switch them if you wanted, or even replace Explosive Bombs completely if you're not worried too much about having a little extra AoE damage. I like using Explosive Bombs because it's really effective against swarms, and you know, it's also a reliable source of damage whenever you run into enemies that are not of the evil variety. Okay, but there's definitely some tweaks that could be made there based on your preferences. Okay, let's look at the Mythic Path real quick. Okay, now Mythic Rank 1, Ascendant Element Fire. Even if you don't get explosive bombs, I do suggest this just so that you can deal some reliable damage whenever you're facing non-evil opponents. Okay, and then at Mythic Rank 2, Master Shapeshifter. This, of course, as a Kitsune, allows us to use our racial ability to stay transformed into a human to get an additional +4 bonus to all of our physical attributes. Okay, and this is the main reason why we can get away with 5 strength and not have to worry too much about it, because that's really going to be 9 with this, and then of course, you know, higher 13 or maybe even higher with your other buffs. Then we have Last Stand. I go ahead and take this here because whenever you get ambushed, it's nice to just be able to survive that initial burst, run away, and throw some bombs without dying. Definitely helpful. Then here at Mythic Rank 4, we have Abundant Casting, and Mythic Rank 5, Improved Abundant Casting. You only get to level 6 spells, so you don't need the 3rd rank of Abundant Casting. Then we have Enduring Spells, Greater Enduring Spells, and Rapid Shot Mythic. Okay, this is just for later in the game. The enemies will be getting a little bit more difficult to hit, so that will help improve that. And for these last 2 Mythic ranks here, I mean, pick whatever you want, whatever you feel like your party needs. I think Rupture Restraints could be a good choice here. You know, maybe Sorceress Reflex or something could be a good choice over here, although by that time you're so close to the end of the game, it's not really going to make much difference. But you know, that's up to you. Let me know down in the comments what you think good choices could be down here for Mythic ranks 9 and 10. I'd love to hear from the community on that. Okay, now that's pretty much everything for the build. I do just want to point out real quick that as you're leveling, the spells that you pick do not matter too much, because you can copy down scroll or spells from scrolls into your scroll book. So if you need a spell, just go visit a scroll vendor, buy it, and copy it into your spell book. Okay. Anyways, I wanted to mention that and then show off right here real quick. These are the ability scores that you can expect to have something like this whenever you're at level 20. Okay, you can see over here we're only using common buffs that you should have either with an alchemist or with an average party. There's nothing too special here that's affecting any of our ability scores or important stats, except for microscopic proportions, which of course can only be had by a trickster. So this dexterity modifier would actually be +9 instead of +11 if you're not a trickster. But there are plenty of ways, a ton of ways in fact, to buff up these numbers more that I'm not showing here. These are just some very basic buffs that you should have with pretty much any party. Okay. Anyways, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this helps some of y'all out to build a Grenadier Mercenary. Okay, the Grenadier is one of my favorite classes in the game, and it's actually really effective, really helpful. Actually, just 2 streams ago, we were able to take off every single one of Playful Darkness's buffs with just 1 volley, 1 round of attacks from our alchemist using dispelling bombs. So yeah, stuff like that's really helpful. And then you also get some pretty solid damage. It's not going to be crazy burst damage, but it's solid, reliable damage as well. And you get quite a few buff spells like Shield and Transformation that can really help your party out. So anyways, I highly recommend taking a Grenadier Mercenary into your party for your next playthrough if you've not played one yet. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.